Most disturbing videos trending on the internet today. Hit that like and subscribe button so you can see more videos like this.
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. That's the skyline over there. I'm gonna see if I can film this. It keeps showing up outside. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this. Oh my gosh, do you see that? What the bro, I've seen it all over TikTok. Now I'm literally seeing them in person. This is right next to Nashville, Tennessee. Right in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. That's the skyline over there.
What is it doing? We don't know if it's a plasmoid or if it's orbs, but this is operating like an orb though, if you ask me. Then we see it disperse.
Bro, I've seen it all over TikTok. Now I'm literally seeing them in person. This is right next to Nashville, Tennessee. Right in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm in Nashville.
Wait, what's going on here?
Look at how they shot these two rockets, and look what's waiting in the sky for them. It is a UFO, a UAP, whatever you want to call it, and it disarmed both of the rockets, and it takes off. What?
Wait, what's going on here?
Look at how they shot these two rockets, and look what's waiting in the sky for them. It is a UFO, a UAP, whatever you want to call it, and it disarmed both of the rockets, and it takes off. What?
Wait.
I'm sorry, y'all, but this is crazy. This is on another level. Look, I don't know what these are. We don't know if that's an actual rocket or what, but whatever is coming straight at them, and look, it disarms them and it takes off. Like, look, y'all, it force activates them. This is actually crazy, y'all.
A historia ludzkości została zatuszowana.
I've seen a lot of crazy stuff looking at these conspiracy theories. But bro, this is literally a hand mixing up a star on a telescope. You can see this on a real telescope. That is a hand mixing up a star. That is a hand. That is literally a hand. That is a hand mixing up a star. With it just rubbing, it's just rubbing the star. It's literally just a hand rubbing the star. And you can look at this with a real telescope. This is real footage. This is just a hand mixing a star. And this is a real constellation or star they call God's hand or something. But it's literally a human hand mixing up a fucking, bro. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff looking at these conspiracy theories.
Why is bro yelling? Is he riding a motorcycle recording this? What is going on? But yes, this is deep, man. This is a hand stirring a star by the looks of it. What do you think stirred it? What is that big? You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, I believe in Isaiah, it says that we are like grasshoppers upon him. So, I don't know. You tell me. Maybe some type of cloaked UFO ship, maybe. But it is interesting. This says South Carolina, something breaks tree in half.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me. I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was,
they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is. Because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw. Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name is going on? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him. I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down. Just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half. Something, oh my God, oh my God.
Guys, that's terrifying. Something in there breaking trees in half? The only thing I'm thinking that strong is like the Predator. Off the movie Alien vs. Predator, you know? Them things those with the dreads. Yeah. That's the only thing I could think of that could be knocking down trees like that. What else could that be? Drop in the comments your thoughts below. What could that be? It says, China's New Year's show combines drones and fireworks like magic. That is impressive. It makes it look like it's some type of portal though. And are the drones shooting off fireworks? See, this is how we should be using drones. Not to be spraying over here all crazy, you know what I'm saying? What? We need to be doing something like this.
Oh, look at these clouds.
Phenomenon, dude.
What is going on?
That?
What is that?
Okay. But look over there, there's a circle on that's the actual cloud. Yeah. It's like a missing puzzle piece or something.
What is going on here with these clouds?
Multi-World Center.
We are not in 2025. Month comes from the word moon, moonth. The moon has a 28-day moon cycle. 365 divided by 28 is 13. 13 lunar cycles every year, which means our calendar has a missing month, which means we don't know what year we're actually in. This is gonna blow your mind. The sky is a clock. The sun tells the time of the day. The moon tells the day of the month. The stars tell you the month of the year. The sky above our head is intelligent. Everything on earth is matter. Everything above us is spirit. That's why they're floating. They're not rocks you can land on. The Gregorian calendar was made for slaves. Calendar comes from calends, the first day of the month the Romans had to pay off their debt. So what does all of this actually mean, and why did they do it? They made this fake calendar to cut off our connection with our celestial intelligence above and keep our mind, body and spirit out of rhythm with these cycles. We must live in harmony with the cycles above us. You can create abundance in your life with using the moon to your advantage. All of my students know that. We are not in 2025.
The hell? Looks like a freaking battle. Whoa. Welcome to Las Vegas.
That is something peculiar. Something strange is going on. We've been seeing battles taking place in the sky. What is up with that? It's like every day I've been seeing new, like a orb versus a plasma or a UFO versus a helicopter. Like, what's going on? 2025 is starting off crazy with the fogs, these battles in the sky. Drop your thoughts below.
Their grandparents or great-grandparents never talked about the reset. Why don't they remember anything about it? Well, let me try to explain it. First, there were the Cabbage Patch Babies. Now, these weren't just toys, you see. They became a symbol of something much bigger, a massive repopulation effort after the reset. These babies, they weren't born the usual way. They were produced almost mechanically in large numbers and distributed through a cold, efficient system. Strange, isn't it? Brings to mind ideas like cloning, doesn't it? And maybe that's why today you see so many folks who just seem to go with the flow. No questions, no thinking. Did you know they say nearly half the population doesn't even have an internal monologue? Imagine that, living life with a quiet mind, just following along. Those babies, those orphan trains, they were shipped off along with abandoned children who had survived the reset, taken from their families, sent to faraway lands. Many ended up in America. And when they got there, they were given a new story, the official version of history. No elders left to tell them the truth. Nobody to remember how things used to be. It made them easier to control, you see, easier to accept the new narrative. Their grandparents or great-grandparents.
That's scary. He said 50% of people walk around with no internal monologue. That is deep. You got to start asking people now, you know, that's just sitting there like, what is your internal monologue? What are you thinking? I don't know. We punch out at 6 and I go watch Friends. I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what's going on with the internal monologue. What do they do? What do they watch? Sports? I don't know.
This sent me this video yesterday as an explanation for the moon's phases. And I want you to see if you notice what I notice when they demonstrate. First, the moon, I guess, is a shallow bowl. Okay, its surface has got see-through parts as well. Okay, putting in the blue liquid. Now look, see if you notice what I notice. Okay, it goes in. All right, so the crescents are shown. Anybody else notice anything about the phases of the moon here? All right. And he's going to do it again with a darker liquid for nighttime moon. See if you can notice anything. All right, there's the daytime phases. Here's the nighttime phases of the moon. It becomes pretty obvious.
What an interesting theory. first. I was like, what in the world? But it looks like a starfish maybe spreading some eggs.
The ancient Egyptians wore gold rings much like this one, with swiveling scarab beetles in the center. These beetles were carved from stone or glazed pottery and associated with the sun god Ra, which meant that scarabs were symbols of immortality and resurrection, and when worn as amulets, they could transfer these powers onto you.
I love how that thing swivels, how interesting. They say we lose like a certain amount of weight as well. Like, what is it? Like we lose like 12 grams when we pass.
So apparently this castle, Prague Castle, was built in the year 880, which I can't even begin to work out how many hundreds of years before the first power tool that was. And this castle is 250 meters above sea level. So what I'm expected to believe is that the good people of Prague got all these materials 250 meters above sea level before electric motors even existed, so horse and cart, and then they did all this with hand and chisel. You've got to be taking the piss, mate. So apparently this castle, Prague...
Like, look at the craftsmanship, you know? If you look at those things, I could see just full of electricity up there. Like, I can never get enough looking at these buildings because it's such a mystery of when they were first created, you know, how did it operate? Because it's proof of a past civilization with future technology.
Celebrating New Year's Day with or Eve with your family. Puerto Rico, guys, nearly 89% of Puerto Rico is without power. Total darkness. The interesting part is they have restored about 73,000 people's power in the last hour. But still, a huge portion of Puerto Rico right now is without power. Total darkness. The interesting part is this. Do you think that what's happening in Puerto Rico is just something, an human error, or something happened? Or do you believe and do you understand that maybe sometimes these things are a test? What kind of test might you say? Just think about it. What will the people do in total darkness? Just a test. I'm out.
Breaking news for you now.
So while
have those orbs and drones going everywhere. That's what I'm thinking.
If he was underwater when he heard that sound, that would probably be the last sound he ever heard. And not because he would get attacked, even though that would probably happen. While it doesn't sound like it, that sound is up to 180 decibels, which is louder than a jet airplane. And underwater, it will rupture your eardrums. So you're not going to hear that sound again. But if you're in the water, that's probably not the worst of your worries.
That's interesting.
This wig was found lying behind the head of Nani's mummy in her inner coffin. The wig is made from plates of human hair, which were fastened at the top with a cord. The hair was treated with beeswax and covered with a layer of animal fat, a common practice in ancient Egypt to preserve and style hair. Nani was an ancient Egyptian princess from the 21st dynasty during the 3rd Intermediate Period, about 1070 BC. This wig was found lying behind the head of Nani's mummy in her inner coffin. The wig is made from plates of human hair, which were fastened at the top with a cord. The hair was treated with beeswax and covered with a layer of animal fat.
That's interesting. It's kind of like how the girls do it now. You know, some girls, you know, be rocking wigs, you know. But this one just looks, you know, a little bit nicer and more real, I would say. Like it has more like a natural look, you know. Don't be afraid of your natural, you know, beauty. You don't gotta, you know.
This wig was
No, the visual effects on this is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. What do you guys think? Is this CGI or did they really catch something?
Causeway in Ireland. Have you ever heard of the Giant's Causeway in Ireland? Well, someone asked me to check it out and see if I could use my investigative eyes and see what I could find. Oh, and I found it. You see, it has very unique rock formations. So unique that I really thought I'd be able to figure out what this really is. Because if you know my channel at all, you know I think that everything we walk on was once a living creature. And this is no different. So I asked myself, what has unique pattern, flesh, or skin, or scales like that? And it was really hard to deny how similar these rock patterns were to an armadillo. To an armadillo that just happens to have these funny little arms. And then, not to any surprise of my own, when I zoomed in on the Giant's Causeway, it was right there with its funny little arms. I don't know about you, but that's pretty hard to deny to me. I got news for you. We are ants living in a much, much, much bigger realm, and I just think there's a little protective dome over us, keeping these giant monsters away from us. So next time you look up, thank God for that beautiful firmament above us, keeping us safe from all the monsters. But as always, guys, you know I'm just here to entertain. This is just some total coincidence that there's a, armadillo horse head looking thing here. Entertainment only. Have you ever heard of the Giant's Causeway?
Well, that's an interesting theory. That's an interesting theory, but if you look closer, these look like hexagonal patterns. And we all know that hexagonal patterns, that's how the old ancient silicon trees used to be. So there's lots of different theories on this hexagonal, but the armadillo, that's a new one. And the fact that he found his paw next to him could be a possibility. Let me know your thoughts below. Emojis are black magic. They got a rhino, an elephant? That's crazy. Even the lifting emoji. But how does this connect though? That looks like it for real. That looks like it too, to be honest. But seriously though, how does this connect though? Look at these ghost machines, y'all. We did a deep dive on these a while ago. We might have to do a live on the Jet Ski Chuck channel, and we might have to do a live and cover that ancient device. I believe this device, he was using the leaves from a beetle that can levitate itself, if I'm not mistaken. And look how he's able to fly around. Looks like they had self-driving cars back in the day. Nobody's in it. They said self-driving cars ain't new. We've been doing this. Look at it, the speed sponge. Wow, it goes parks itself. Or is it going to go get some groceries? What's going on? Kind of reminds you of Knight Rider. How many of you guys remember Knight Rider? Because Knight Rider did it by itself. Looks like they had to pull it over. But yeah, we'll be doing a deep dive on this live, guys. Don't worry.
We need to talk about this. This is granite carved to perfection. It requires a diamond tip drill bit, which they did not have 1,000 years ago. Now, a lot of people jump to ancient aliens or some conspiracy theory. Understanding their tech would be like trying to explain a cell phone 200 years ago. So I'm going to explain it with cymatics. If you follow me, you know that this is vibrating water on a speaker. It makes these cool patterns. But cymatics can decode everything you see. This is the Konark Sun Temple. I think you know where I'm going with this. This is exact. It's not close. It is perfect. Let's take a look at the pillars. That is a sound wave. That is a sound wave. That's a 3D sound wave. Our culture is obsessed with the how they did it, but we got to look at the why they did it first. Another important concept, sound travels through the air in spheres. And if you take that sphere and you track it through time, it starts to look like
Świat wokół
I'm sorry, but this thing in the beginning.
This is granite carved to perfection.
Look at this. They literally put like something straight through the ears, and it comes out on the other side. That's how good it was made. Their technology was beyond us back in their days, you know?
Requires a diamond tip drill bit, which they did not have 1,000 years ago. Now, a lot of people jump to ancient aliens or some conspiracy theory. Understanding their tech would be like trying to explain a cell phone 200 years ago. So I'm going to explain it with cymatics. If you follow me, you know that this is vibrating water on a speaker. It makes these cool patterns. But cymatics can decode everything you see. This is the Konark Sun Temple. I think you know where I'm going with this. This is exact. It's not close. It is perfect. Let's take a look at the pillars. That is a sound wave. That is a sound wave. That's a 3D sound wave. Our culture is obsessed with the how they did it, but we got to look at the why they did it first. Another important concept, sound travels through the air in spheres. And if you take that sphere and you track it through time, it starts to look like these very complex pillars. This is one of our acoustic resonators that we use today. This is a Hindu temple. This is a high frequency oscillator. It's used to keep time in digital devices. If we go across the pond to India's neighbor, we come across this cool temple called Angkor Wat. Left is the sensor, right is the temple diagram for Angkor Wat. If you're like me, you grew up thinking that these were just myths used by religion to keep society under control. And that's true if you don't have the piece that connects it all. Use your eyes to decode the manual and discover your purpose.
Beyond the ice wall, and what they have found is astonishing. We knew the
Multi-world center. I will explain. If our world had in that cloud, it would be very difficult to be reached from a distance. By another cloud being in the middle, it is more easily to be reached and worked by other civilizations.
NASA have find
Multi-world center. I will explain. If our world had in that cloud, it would be very difficult to be reached from a distance. By another cloud being in the middle, It is more easily to be reached and worked by other civilizations. So it was a scheduled decision. Place our civilization at the center of the world because it is more easily reached from several sides of civilizations coming from different sides. This is a point. Solar system does not exist. Solar system is a holographic projection, placed here also by besiegers, and projected here on our owner's film. Our dome works like a holographic projector, built by besiegers. The dome was not built by and any civilization, but the modification made to it, yes, by the besiegers who live here. The besiegers world. That our civilization, she is not as evolved. There are others are more evolved. Because it is no longer evolved. Precisely because she is the most recent. She went through several resets made by custodians. By the Anunnaks of Nibiru, Multi-World Center.
What an interesting theory.
They got him! They got him! Anybody know who this is right here? Take a closer look. So today we're going to talk about all these celebrities that go blonde and they undergo some kind of like transformation. They seem different. Everything's weird. Just trying to figure out why. And they always seem to like these pearl necklaces for some reason. I don't really know. But he can't really dye his hair blonde, I don't guess. But that's Jay-Z's protege, Young Paris, by the way. Then we got Mr. Tough Guy MGK right here, dude. The blonde hair and the pearl necklaces, man. Why? Pearl bodysuit? What? All right, let's take a break from the blonde hair real quick. I noticed Russell Brand's holding an egg and he's with P. Diddy and he's not having blonde hair, it looks like. What does that mean, Russell? Say, Russell. Did y'all know that Matt Rife looks like he played in some Empire or something? That's pretty cool too, isn't it? Even looking at Matt.
I don't know, man. The celebrity stuff escapes me, man. That's not really my thing. If you enjoyed the most disturbing videos trending on the internet today, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. This is Dark Waters 9. See you tomorrow. We do this daily.